Now, let's talk about the part everyone actually wants. How do you break free from this loop? Not in theory, not with motivation quotes, but in real life, with a brain that is wired for comfort, speed, and certainty. Here's the first truth you need to accept. You cannot defeat present bias with willpower. Willpower is inconsistent. It depends on energy, mood, stress, and environment. And money decisions are often made when willpower is at its weakest, after a long day, late at night, when you're tired, when you're emotional, when something unexpected happens. So if your financial plan depends on you always making the right choice in the moment, it will eventually fail. This is where most people go wrong. They think discipline is the solution, but discipline fights the brain. Systems work with it. Here's what most people don't realize. The goal isn't to stop wanting comfort now. The goal is to remove the need to decide in the moment, because every decision invites bias. So the first step to escaping this mindset loop is automation. Not budgeting, not tracking every penny. Automation. When money moves without your involvement, bias has no seat at the table. Let's make this concrete. Imagine you get paid. Before you see the money, before you feel rich, before your brain starts planning how to enjoy it, a portion of that income is automatically redirected into savings, into investments, into debt repayment. You don't choose it. You don't debate it. It happens. This single change does more than any financial advice video ever could, because it flips the default. Instead of asking, should I save what's left? You're forced to ask, how do I live on what remains? That's a completely different psychological question, and it works because present bias can only act on what's available. If it's gone, it can't tempt you. Now you might be thinking, but what if I need that money? That's a fair concern. So here's the rule. Automate what you can safely commit to. Start small. Even 5%, even 10%. The amount matters far less than the consistency, because consistency builds identity, and identity drives behavior. Once you see yourself as someone who saves automatically, spending impulses lose power. Now let's talk about something deeper, making the future feel real. Present bias thrives because the future feels abstract, a retirement decades away, a goal that's vague, a number on a screen. Your brain doesn't emotionally respond to abstractions. It responds to stories and images. So you need to give your future self a face. Here's a powerful exercise. Instead of saying, I want to retire comfortably, ask this. What does a normal Tuesday look like for future me? Where do you wake up? What time? What do you do with your day? Who are you with? What stresses are absent? Now connect your financial decisions to that picture. Every pound saved isn't just a number, it's a piece of that life. This reframes saving from deprivation to contribution. You're not giving something up, you're paying yourself. And that emotional shift is critical, because present bias hates loss, but it tolerates purpose. Now let's address spending. The solution is not to eliminate spending. The solution is intentional spending. Spending that aligns with your values instead of numbing discomfort. Ask this question before purchases. Will this make my life better 6 months from now? Not happier tonight, better over time. Most impulse spending fails this test immediately, but meaningful spending passes. Education, health, experiences that actually matter. Tools that increase earning power. When spending becomes intentional, guilt disappears. And when guilt disappears, so does the rebound spending that follows restriction. Now let's talk about friction. This is where it gets really interesting. Present bias loves speed, so slow it down. Add friction between impulse and action. Remove friction between intention and follow-through. Delete saved cards from shopping apps. Unsubscribe from marketing emails. Move spending apps off your home screen. Add a 48-hour rule for non-essential purchases. On the flip side, remove friction from good behavior. Automatic investments, one-click transfers to savings, simple, boring index funds. The easier the good decision, the more likely it happens. This isn't self-control, it's environment design. Now let's talk about goals. Most people set financial goals that are too vague to motivate action. Save more, be better with money, invest someday. These goals don't create urgency, they don't create emotion, and present bias ignores them. Instead, set time-bound, specific goals. I want £10,000 in an emergency fund by December. I want to invest £500 per month starting next paycheck. Clarity creates pressure, and pressure moves behavior. Now here's a hard truth. You cannot escape this bias alone if everyone around you reinforces it. Your environment matters. If everyone you spend time with normalizes debt, impulse spending, and avoidance, you will struggle. Not because you're weak, but because humans conform. So you need at least one counterbalance. A book, a community, a creator, a system. Something that regularly pulls your thinking back to long-term perspective. Exposure shapes belief. Belief shapes action. Now let's zoom out. What does success actually look like when present bias no longer controls your money? It doesn't mean you never spend impulsively. It means those moments don't derail your future. It means your baseline trajectory is upward, even when life gets messy, even when motivation dips, even when emotions run high. That's real financial security, not perfection, direction. Here's the most important takeaway of this entire video. Wealth is not built by exceptional decisions. It's built by ordinary decisions repeated consistently over time. Present bias tries to steal those repetitions, one choice at a time. Your job isn't to win every battle. It's to design your life so the war is unwinnable for the bias. And once you do that, something powerful happens. Money stops being a constant source of stress. You stop feeling behind. Progress becomes visible, and confidence grows. Not because you feel rich, but because you're finally moving forward. If this video helped you understand your own behavior better today, do one thing today. Set up one automated action, just one. That single step will do more for your future than hours of planning. And if you want more content like this, where we break down the psychology behind money and show you how to actually use it to your advantage, make sure you subscribe. Because understanding money isn't about learning more tricks, it's about understanding yourself. And once you do that, everything changes.